So, very much like I said to the gaffer to start with, I mean, having a week away, given the fact that Derby had all the international call-ups, so the game was postponed, what's that like for a player?
I think as players, you just want to play. Obviously, we had a Saturday off, which isn't usual. It's obviously nice to spend a bit of time with family and stuff, but you don't really want games cancelled because you end up having Tuesday nights then, and it just puts more games on later in the season. I think that's the second we've had cancelled now, so we've got 2 rearranged ones to do. So it is a bit frustrating, but obviously there's nothing you can do.
Wade made a point that he'd taken the opportunity to do a lot of sort of sitting back, taking stock, doing a lot of learning. How useful has that been to you?
Sorry, say that again?
Wade made the point that he's taken the opportunity to get the team together, sort of sit back and take stock and do a bit of learning. How useful has that been to you?
Yeah, I think obviously having a full training week and having no midweek game and having Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday is useful. You get a bit more time to work on shape. Obviously, if it's a midweek game, then you only really get Thursday, Friday to work on the weekend. But having kind of the full week's been good. We've been obviously learning for Saturday and being able to get a bit more in the legs in training as well.
And in terms of your season, we're getting up to that 10-game mark now. Where would you put it? How would you rate it?
It's obviously been mixed. I think as a team we have done well, probably a bit better than points wise. We've been a bit unlucky, obviously. The game against, I can't remember where we had should have had a few pens and stuff. Should have got some points, and when they went down to 10 and stuff. It's just been mixed. We have put some games we haven't been at our best, we know that, but I think where we've come from the start of the season to now, we've definitely grew as a group. Obviously it is quite a new group, it's quite a young group, so growing is important, and we are doing it, and hopefully that we'll put some more points on the board soon.
What's that like for you, as somebody who's been at the club for so long, through League Two, and you've had a season in League One as well? You know, you did a really good season last year. What's that like for you now, as almost an old hand here, George, being able to help sort of gel that squad together?
Obviously, I'm still young. I'm still only 22. Obviously, I think I've been the longest in the building now, pro wise, and obviously normal wise. So it is different. Obviously, you've got your senior players like Longley, Alfie, Rags. That they're the boys, that the senior players. I don't class myself as a senior player, even though I've been here a while, because I'm still only 22. I've got tons and tons of learning to go. So it's just when boys come in the building, everyone brings them in together. Really, the group's so solidified. So it's not really me trying to do it. It's just as a group, everyone's trying to do it.
And as far as your preparations for Shrewsbury at the weekend go, what do you know about them?
Obviously, won't give too much away, but we just know that it's going to be a hard contest. Obviously, Steve Cottrell's been in the league a lot, so we know what we're going to get from them, and we can't shy away from it. We have to be on it, and we know they're going to come out all guns blazing, and we have to as well.
And I guess you know what he means to Cheltenham.
Yeah, obviously been a massive part of Cheltenham. Obviously the gaffer knows him really well. The old gaffer knew him really well. So I think everyone listening to this interview will know what he's done for the club. So I think it'll be a good test. I'm sure he'll get a warm welcome back, and it'll be good.
Lovely. Thanks, George.
No worries.
George, when you first broke into the team, I think Taylor Moore was on loan, wasn't he, at Cheltenham, and he's obviously now playing for Shrewsbury, I think, in midfield for them. What are your memories of him? Because he was pretty young himself at the time, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a top guy, to be fair. He kind of looked after me quite a bit. Obviously, being young, coming in from Bristol City, I think I was a second-year scholar at the time. I remember his first remark to me was, "It's the arm crosser," because he said I used to cross my arms all the time, which made me realise that it looks a bit bad. So just little things like that you don't realise maybe look bad, especially when you're young, when you're a young bloke not on the side and trying to just impress in training rather than games. You kind of, every little detail gets marked. So he just gave me a few little tips and stuff, and obviously he was playing centre half then, not centre mid. But I just remember him being a really top person, helping me out and helping a few of the other young boys out, to be fair. All the other young boys really liked him in my scholar year.
And last couple of games you started up front with Dan. Do you think that's almost a reward for how well you did at right wing back? Because you haven't really played up front that much this season, have you?
No, obviously I played right wing back because obviously Jacko was out. I had a go there at the end of last season, did quite well. So the gaffer kind of said at the start of pre-season, to be fair, he was going to put me there in pre-season. Did quite well, and he said to me, look, before we had Jacko in, he said if we're going to start the season, I'll end up playing you there because we need to. So he obviously trusted me there. Obviously, I feel like I did quite well there, but obviously I played up front the last 2 games. Alfie had a bit of a rest. Obviously, didn't have a pre-season, so I think it was more that factor. But I'm just happy to be on the pitch, whatever it is, to be honest.
Yeah, but another string to your bow. But do you still very much see yourself as a centre forward? Yeah,
that is my position. I've been playing there for since my first year scholar, so that's 6 years. So that's kind of where all my learning's been. Obviously, I can do a job at right wing back, but if I go there, I'm asking Jacko all the time, like, where do I need to be? Where am I doing for this? What am I doing for that? Because it's just alien to me. So it's just trying to pick up that if I ever need to play there.
You got a couple of goals early on when you first got into the first team. Out on loan at Port Vale, you got a couple of goals and then got injured, didn't you? The goals haven't been flowing recently, but we obviously know you can score goals. You've broken records in youth football. Does the goals worry you at all, or are you just focusing on your all-round game?
I think you can't let it worry you. Obviously, it is in the back of your mind as a striker when you're not really scoring. It's been quite a few years now. I haven't really hit massive form, so. But you can't let it overthink you. You've just got to think about your all-round game, keep getting chances, and hopefully one day they'll start going in. And I'm sure when they start going in, I'll have a bit of form and a bit more confidence in front of goal, and I'll be okay.